beverage. It's like I want to be here when Michael, you all right? Stemo's big first, press conference he's running here. You okay without Steve? Are you okay without Steve in here?
I'm doing great. We are all set, Coach.
I just want to thank the fans. 7,600 people is unbelievable, And now I know we came in third and we got 20 wins. And very few people around here thought we'd get 20 wins or come in third prior to losing Marquise. And then losing Marquise, who's still working his way back. There's no two more important guys probably than our old guys, because Brett's a fourth-year guy. So I'd like to thank Brett Bisping and Ryan Oliver because they never missed a beat. Okay, Keese is hurt. Good. We're good. We're fine. Oh, really? What are we going to do? We're going to play Kenny? Sure. We'll help him out. Play Nico. We'll help him out. Evan can play, but we'll be fine because we saw what happened last year, and this year it's not happening. So I'd like to thank Ryan and Brett because together as, their roommates and everything. They just weren't going to let the season go south, and I know you guys don't believe me, but it's true. Javion really upped his game a little, but he was playing, and he talked more maybe in the huddles, which I thought was good, and because Javion's part of the younger generation. But the two old guys, and what Ryan Oliver's done defensively, off the ball, knowing what plays to run, knowing what to do out of a timeout, knowing who to guard, knowing the game plan. You have to have a game plan at this level. This isn't little kid. That's why I was mad about the last 3 minutes. Just don't want to play 40 minutes because we're coming off too long. Ryan Oliver followed the game plan as well as anybody this year. Brett just 18 rebounds. I hope he's all team, all league. He better be first team. Sheer hard work. But Ryan Oliver, Marquise went down. If it wasn't for Ryan, we were in big trouble. So thank you, Ryan. I'd like to thank you for that. I'll take any questions. Brett, you should have scored more today. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, why didn't you score more today, Brett? No, I'm kidding. For Jimmy, after poor starts the last two games, you start off 12-0 today and never trailed. Why?
Yeah, it was emotional. Freeman. Hey, Emo Silas is one, and I'm not just saying, he's one of the great guys. He thanked me, and I'm a guy that didn't play him very much this year, and he thanked me for a great year. And then he's like, we got more work to do. Coming off the court. Evan Fisher called me last night and said, I'd like to give my minutes to Emo. It doesn't happen very often in this generation. This selfless generation that's just so global and caring and wondering about how everyone else is doing. Oh, no one wrote about me on Twitter. I'm going to call my mother and cry. I didn't get enough Twitter. Nobody twittered me today. Evan Fisher calls me and says, I'll give my minutes up for Emo Silas. Because that says a lot about Emo. That says what kind of guy he is. Nico Clarith was cheering louder than anybody because you guys wrote them. I was watching him. Emo's a great person. And they know he can help. And his timing's off a little. You saw that because he hasn't played much. But we started, and Emo got a bucket, and Nico was ready to go, and Brett was just... I think Brett took it personally that they out-rebound everybody. Well, we out-rebounded them by 11. So I guess we were in the rebound championship this year. And that's how we got off to a good start. Ryan, I was out there, but it was Nico had a couple big shots, Brett got a couple big rebounds, and Emo got his bucket. And Emo, they want to go into chase every time, and Emo wouldn't let them just. It wasn't an easy way to just go in there and be physical. But Evan Fisher called me and said, I'll give all my minutes to Emo, and I think Emo Silas says a lot about him, that a guy would do that.
Jimmy, now that the hard work is just beginning, how do you guys feel about preparation now?
You got a long way to go. I don't even know who we're playing yet. So.
How do you feel just as a team?
Yeah, we won 20 games. We're getting healthier. Keese is making some plays that he's, defensively, guarding a guy that's hard to simulate, going 90 miles an hour in practice. So he's learning on the fly, but I think we got to get Brett the ball a lot more down the stretch. I got to look at some things. Guys, they know who Brett Bisping is now, but we got to still make Javion and Brett have to get the ball. Nico's doing well. Ryan can make shots. We have a long way to go. We're going to put some things in this week. But we played well because we got to practice. We didn't get to practice because we had 3 games in 6 days. And that's just the way the schedule shook out. 2 of them road games, so we haven't time to practice. I thought we played better because we practiced well.
Yeah, Ryan, obviously you guys got more work to do, but just your thoughts about today's senior day.
It was great. we came out. You know, a lot of people came out to support, and I really appreciate that. Family came out, so it was just a great day, and we were able to.
Your brother surprised you.
Our brother and his girlfriend surprised me. They went to coach and asked him for tickets, and they kind of surprised me at dinner last night. So it's kind of a big ordeal. So it was a great day. You know, glad to get the 20th win. You know, in front of our great fans and at home.
His brother played at UC Davis. I coached against when I was at Loyola.
Brett, was it significant to, after losing a couple of games in a row, to just kind of have a good performance going into the MAC tournament rather than potentially going out on a 3-game losing streak?
Yeah, I think so. And we had, I mean, it was more than that. I mean, it was senior day for 2 guys that we love. It was at the 20th win. It was the 3rd seed. It was going into the MAC tournament. And, I mean, I just don't think we were going to lose this game. That was our mentality going into it.
I think it's that with LaVon, Jimmy. Can you explain why he missed practice Saturday? Even can you elaborate on what?
He missed it. I mean, look, we had a change in the schedule. Not making excuses.
Brett, you're an experienced guy who's been around this team.
I'm going to answer you in a second. Here's what happened. We couldn't practice at 12:30 because we always practice at 12:30, but the women played at 2. So we said, let's go at 10:30 or let's go at 5. And everybody said 10:30, and LeVon was there and said 10:30. And we watched the Maris game on TV versus Quinnipiac, and we watched Iona and Manhattan. So Friday night we're in there, and we said, right, we voted, we can't practice at 12:30. We have to practice at 10:30 or 5. This wasn't, we're going tomorrow at 10:30. It was like a unanimous decision, team, group effort that we all said, let's go 10:30 to 12 and take the rest of the day off. They can go to the women's game. You're tired of hearing from me for 2 days. Hey, you think three games in 6 days is easy with me? Single H, you want to get on a bus with me for 10 hours? I know you don't. In other words, they got to watch my stupid movies and this and that. And everybody just needed the break. So it was very clear that we were going at 10:30 in the morning. That we were going to bring breakfast at 9:30, and we were going to go from 10:30 to 12, and then that was going to be it. So in other words, when it was, I wasn't sure, I just didn't make practice because something happened. Is that fair? My brother's in here. He would have killed me if I played him. In other words, this wasn't, we switched practice. This was a conscious decision to do all this, and we all worked around it, and we all family agreed on it. Players voted. So I thought it would be a good thing to make at 10:30 since the players decided that's what we should do. Then one of our players didn't do it, so now I have to come in and be the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. LaVon Long's really good kid. He's had a stellar career. His numbers are great. I know there's some people out there that think he should play in the NBA, but what LaVon Long's done for us for 3 years has been 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He covers other I wish people would just say LaVon's just doing really well where he is. But there are people out there that think he should be in the NBA or the ACC or like on the dream team. Well, if you just let him do what he's doing, he made a mistake. He missed the bus, and then he missed this. And nobody was more upset yesterday than LaVon. Cut him a break. This is it. Just like Kenny served his punishment, right, Brett? He served his punishment at St. Peter's. LaVon served his punishment today. But, let's just, and I'm more talking to myself, not mad at anybody. He messed up. But it wasn't like, we're going tomorrow at 10:30, not at 12. Because Singlets, I wouldn't lie to you. You're around. We go 12:30 every day, right, Mark? So this was a big move. So in other words, it wasn't any I didn't get the change. He didn't make it. So when you showed up at 11:15, we talked as a team, just like they voted to go at 10:30, and the team said, sorry, I don't think that's right if he plays. So he didn't play. We are doing things as a team very well this year. And he's fine, and he'll be back, and I think he's really going to help us coming off the bench in the MAC tournament. I think he's a Terminator, and he does a lot of good things. And if you look at his numbers, what he's done for 3 years has been nothing but hard work and doing it. But sometimes people want more from him when I think maybe we should just accept what he's doing numbers-wise is great. And then, of course, these little things off the court will work him out. They'll either work themselves out or he'll work himself out of the program. And I wouldn't bet him doing that. I think he's going to stay here, graduate, and have a really good career.
Brett,
Sorry, I did want to answer that because he was allowed to ask that question. You can ask any question.
you've been around now for a couple of years. This is one of the better teams you've played on. Going into the MAC tournament, what are your personal feelings on your team's chances to go ahead and make that final Monday?
Yeah, I like how we feel, like Jimmy said. I think we're coming together as a team, getting used to Marquise being back, and I think it'll be a good week to prepare. And we're gonna give it our best shot.
Yeah, the week helps to get ready, a little rest, everybody come out, got to support Coach Jax's team. And then I think, John, do we play Saturday at 7? Is that true? Prime time, baby. Got to get 8,000 in here so we can give all those teams This is a great atmosphere. I need our fans to come out. And I'm telling you right now, Manhattan, I mean, Monmouth is playing as good as anybody and deserves an at-large bid, but I don't know. Iona's as good as anybody right now. Paul Biancardi did their game, and he called me and said, man, he did the game. He's the guy I used to coach, and he's scout and everything for the Charlotte Hornets and ESPN and all that stuff. He's like, man, his age English, he's better than I thought he was. I'd come out and see Monmouth, and I'd come out and see Iona on Friday night. Great basketball. Then come out and see us on Saturday, and then we go from there. But this guy, AJ English, and Iona, the way they play, the shots he makes, and Monmouth's one of the great stories, and Justin's a little guy, but he's really plays tough, and they're getting used to life with that. But I'd come support the MAC wholeheartedly, not just us. Going to be a great weekend. Got a lot of restaurants. If you need any recommendations, I'll be happy to answer those questions. Thanks a lot. See, Brett, you can't pick anyone. You can't say any one restaurant, then the other 10 will hate you.